Welcome in, everyone, to the Guild of Icons, Campaign 2, Heavensfall, Part 1, The Book of Dust, Episode 4, which I'm calling Downfall. With another excruciatingly long name done, let's first crack off with the fact that one of us is unfortunately missing. Talia woke up about half an hour ago, feeling entirely unwell. So unfortunately, Storm will not be joining us today, although she is, of course, with us in spirit, and that might come up mechanically. So last time on the Guild of Icons, you all defeated Royston Duxford, a kobold cleric who was stirring up trouble and trying to sort of rabble-rouse and get people on the side of the angels.
You just used rabble-rouse in the weirdest, fucking verb I have ever heard.
You can rabble-rouse, that's fine, that's a verb.
I mean, I know it is, but just, the way that you said it was... I've never heard the word rabble-rouse, trying to rabble-rouse?
I'm getting people on board. I'm enticing them, you know?
Trying to rouse the rabble?
I gotta rouse that rabble, yeah.
Well, you see, if I was watching, my mind would be ignoring everything that you said after, just rabble-rouse. Then I'd be going to Wikipedia to what's the deal with rabble-rouse as a word?
Right,
rabble-rouse, your face is a mess. Sorry.
So, Royston Duxford, in his dying throes, unleashed the Midas within his bloodstream, transforming into a harrowing, ripped-apart mass of metal and barbs and chains. But the guild prevailed, and after a strange discussion about each other's origins, turns out you four might be the most interesting people on the planet, at least at the moment. You all rose to surface level to see the approach of the angels and their massive floating castle that blasted a hole in the ocean miles deep before dropping a craft of their own down there. You know from Royston Duxford that they plan to corrupt the god of water and of air itself. And you've decided to stop them.
We can't let them put chemicals into the water.
They're going to turn the frogs gay.
None of that, all right? None of that. No. We're not having an in-universe Alex Jones, okay?
Also, sorry, but the person who made the giant castle that can puncture a hole into the ocean down to the core of the world, I think maybe that's the most interesting person in the world right now.
Thank you, that was me during world building. So, you are all rushing to board a large mechanical seal that has suddenly appeared thanks to Sailor, and to dive in to this extremely deep fall, this maelstrom that has opened up before it collapses. You get to the door and it opens up. And inside it's quite comfortable, actually. It's not as cramped as maybe you thought it might be. There's several rooms in here. There's bunk beds, and there are, there's a little restroom, a little lounge area. There's even a small arcane device to heat water, to produce tea and things like that. Apparently, one of the Guild of Icons is insistent on getting their tea at the right time.
So the door was just left open?
Yeah.
Well, that's weird. I thought it'd be sealed.
Oh, my God. Save me.
Happy birthday, Nick.
Happy birthday, Nick.
It's been like this all the way along as well. I'm dying already. You step inside. There's a little piped-in music that's playing. And yeah, it's surprisingly comfortable given the stressful situation you find yourselves in. What do you do?
I must admit I'm rather a bit stressed.
Well, maybe we should take a minute to relax a bit. And absolutely pulls out a book and starts reading.
I mean, if you're feeling stressed, we could always put Bully Chesterton on the front of the ship.
Oh no, I need Bully for something, actually quite sharpish. It's going to be a bit of a trip downwards, I should think, so, I'm going to find my own quarters and, touch up.
Well, I was actually about to ask you, Heros, if you wanted to pilot this thing down. After all, it's obviously the role of a great hero to lead the charge.
Perhaps a great captain, but of course, I don't have much nautical experience. Slaying a dragon was quite the task, but that was with my feet on the ground. Well, for most of it.
Storm says from a corner, I don't think we have much time. Last time, it didn't last long before it collapsed again.
In that case, we'd better get going.
Gee, Storm, what are you doing, skulking about in the shadows? I can hardly see you. It's like you're not even here.
Storm jumps back suddenly, tries to cast a spell, and turns into a plant pot.
Well, at least they'll be well watered.
I don't think salt water is particularly good for plants, Keros.
Well, Heros, it's. I hope you learn quickly. You got to pilot this thing down.
No, I think someone else may be best suited for that task. I mean, absolute. Surely you, in your time training to be a defense attorney, have read a large amount of legislature and very, very complex terms and such.
What exactly do you think the law is?
Yes, precisely. So, if there's an instruction manual somewhere around here, perhaps you'd be able to find that and give it a quick read through.
Sorry, do you want me to start it in court?
Well, I want you to read through the manual, if there is such a manual on board. Absorb the information in it for controlling this enormous vessel, and then apply that information to pilot the ship.
That's odd, because I was considering perhaps someone could summon a pilot for us, perhaps.
I don't know how to tell you, but none of my summons know how to pilot a seal.
And
well,
yet,
if
you think
I
my legal training would be sufficient?
Well, if I supposedly can learn, perhaps they can as well. They seem quite a competent bunch.
You say you learned?
Okay, Seras is going to pilot the ship because literally no one else will. A hero, Heros Mortem, is not.
Jeez, I can't believe this person who isn't taking control of the wheel, like who doesn't have a driver's license.
Okay, Seras, you go up to the wheel, and it's one of those big ship's wheels made of glossy wood, with gold rings on it. And as you touch them, you feel a voice in your head say, "Hi, how are you doing?"
I'm doing fine. Who is this?
I'm a shard of Ramsey, Sailor's buddy. You might have seen me. I'm just a portion of it, though. Designated to help you run this subaquatic instrument they call me Ramsey.
Could have been worse. It could have been Norton. Norton,
okay.
We have to keep Norton away from Wales. That's why they're not here.
Okay, so we're kind of in a rush here. How do you make this thing go forward?
The first thing you're going to want to do is get familiar with all of the rooms. So here you are in this here's the front, and then we got the back over there, and in between there, I think there's a toilet.
Sarah starts like flipping levers and pushing things. Until
Wait! You haven't even signed the end user license agreement.
I do not care.
Hold on. Well, if there's a problem, we need to know who's liable. So, first of all, the things you are not allowed to do with this ship. First of all, are you intending to do anything terroristic with it?
Nick, can I roll to see if I could like somehow figure out how this works?
Absolutely, yeah.
By the way, just so you know,
assist by cutting through all this legal jargon.
Yes, you can. Absolutely. So, you roll me an intelligence check. You can use your prosecutor, and that'll add a bonus to Seras' roll. Seras, yours also seems intelligency as well. If you want to add a background to that, you can, if it applies.
Can I do self-taught mage? Because this is obviously some sort of magical implement.
That's good. Yeah, self-taught mage. Yeah.
Now, you are aware that if you happen to crash into something, you'll need their information as well.
20.
Yes. Did you say dirty 20?
Yep.
Nice.
13 plus 7.
Okay.
So what am I adding?
This is normal. 20 is the minimum you needed, so that is a success. So you get a +2, Seras.
Okay, cool. 25.
25. Okay, great. So yeah, you're sort of looking at all the controls here. Most of them are actually pretty well labeled once you get an understanding of what it's meant to do. So you've got you've got something that's going to push you forwards, backwards. You can see up and down. You know what the wheel does. You're starting to get an idea for it. There's a few switches. One says lights and a few other things like that. There are also 4 lights that say attunement, and they are off.
Actually, I think those are 5 lights.
No.
So what do these switches do? These attunement switches.
Well, there's no real. It's not a. Sorry, it's not a. It's kind of an indicator. It happens automatically.
What does it do?
Well, you can kind of meld your spark with it, and then that's how you control it. It's like you're part of it, you know?
I see.
And it's a part of you.
First
and I'm a
first.
part of you, and you're a part of me, and, you know, all of that.
This is as Pacific as Pacific Rim gets.
First things first, Seras activates the thing to go forward. And second of all, as she does this, she yells, "I reject the terms of service."
Okay, it does not move.
And witnessed. Can I make a legal argument that she doesn't have to accept the terms of service to move?
Go ahead. Intelligence again, or charisma maybe?
Ramsey just goes back to the introductory speech.
I'll say charisma.
Did you get all that? Yes, no? That would be a gargoyle thing, really. I did originally have plans to do that with gargoyles, like do an introductory speech about how it all worked, and then like, do you want me to repeat that? Yes, no?
I mean...
Okay, so that's 23.
It would only be
23.
natural for Gargoyle's evolution as a character to become that owl that annoyingly tutorializes you at the beginning of a game.
You make the argument that we're in international waters, so the EULA doesn't apply. And Ramsey says, "Yep, that's right, but you still need to attune to the device, and the device needs to attune to you."
Okay, but that does not necessitate the signing of a contract, and you're fully aware of this, no?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. We can move past that bit, but you still need to attune to it, and you have to follow some steps in order to attune to it. Now, normally the first one of that is signing the signing the end user license agreement, but apparently you don't want to sign that, and we can skip past that. I understand we're in an emergency. I'll need you to please follow the following steps. First of all, please enter the dining room.
I go to the dining room.
Welcome to the dining room. This is where you have all sorts of amenities. You can see there's tea making facilities in the corner.
If we could skip this explanation, please.
You want to skip it? Are you sure?
We just need to know how to attune. That's it. That's all we need. Nothing
All
else.
right. You can say, would you like to skip it? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'll tell you in 1 hour.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
I'll tell you in 1
yes.
hour. All right. Okay. Please move into the toilet, and I will explain how that works. This one is unskippable. Sailor made it unskippable after the last incident.
I will rip you out of the ship, I swear.
Look, I know you've all used a toilet before, but this one is complicated.
You can skip the tutorial, but it skips past the attunement stage as well. You need to listen, and it's at the very end.
Okay. Absolute goes through the toilet tutorial as quickly as possible.
Okay, so first of all, right, when you've done your business, the important thing is to close this little lid over the top. That'll hold the pressure, right? Because remember, you're going underwater where there's a lot of water bearing down on you. You don't want your poop to fly right back out at you. So close the lid. Then you'll want to pull lever 1, lever 2, release lever 1, pull lever 3, 4, and 5, release lever 3, then release 4, and then release 2. You got that?
Why is 5 never released?
Got it.
5 should never ever be released. That will decompressurize the whole thing.
Did you follow me into the loo, Seras?
No,
I'm
listening
assuming
from
you
outside.
didn't poop as part of the tutorial. This is a demonstration, not an interactive please use the toilet section.
I see
Okay,
that you're
any
trying to do
principle
a
of the thing.
speed run of the toilet section.
Okay, this is starting to annoy Sarah. She's looking for any way to attune on her own.
All right, attunement will commence as soon as you can repeat back to me the order in which you got to pull the levers.
Can I just roll to do that, please?
Yeah, intelligence.
But can you tell them how you use the
No,
PC
wait,
shells?
no. You
Okay.
pull lever 1, you pull lever 2, you release lever 1, you pull 3, 4, 5, you release 3, and then you release 4.
Attuned. One light goes green on the dashboard. Like the camera in your eyes zooms over to it, and it goes green. All right, that's one of you.
Good luck to the rest of you. I don't remember how I did that.
Hey, everybody here, remember when I didn't have a toilet in an adventure and then everyone was disgusted and like it didn't take this long to get past the toilet section of the adventure?
Okay, Nick, could I argue poet from my backgrounds for this? Because that would involve remembering a lot of lines.
Yeah, you can argue poet. Yeah, absolutely.
While this is going on, Seras is getting this moving because we have wasted too much time on this stupid toilet.
It's almost like I'm timing how long this takes you for reasons later on.
Oh no.
How dare you? We are moving. We are moving.
24 minutes. Okay.
26.
26. You recite the order of the levers, and Ramsey goes, "Congratulations. That won't attune you or anything because Seras has already done it. But if you follow me into," and then just starts going through other areas of the place. We'll sort this out.
Skip.
Look, we
skip,
gotta go
skip.
through the safety instructions. All right.
Skippity,
If there is a
skip,
fire
skip.
on the vessel, you need to
Are we-
understand.
I hereby
Is the shit moving?
Yeah, the ship
hereby
starts moving.
accept
You're
any
in
liability.
control, and the ship starts moving. Absolutely. Ramsey's still talking to you and goes, in the case of a rupture of the outer layer or the outer skin, there are some safety measures in place. There is a second skin. If that one is ruptured, you will need to vacate the premises immediately. You will find exits here, Here. The whole thing will be an exit on account of it having crumpled and imploded around you.
Let's hope it
Is
doesn't
there a
come
mute
to
switch
that.
up here?
Yes, there is.
I'm flipping it.
And anyway, you get... Weird.
Ah, delightful. I wonder if we can get one of these for Heros.
After about 10 minutes, a second green light switches on as you've gone through now the training segment. You only heard about 10% of it, but you have gone through the safety segment on board the ship. You are now the ship's safety officer. Seras is the pilot. Heros, you don't know what is required of you to attune to this vessel because it's muted.
Can I help Heros work it out?
You could try unmuting Ramsey, sure.
I flipped the switch to unmute.
Eros Mortem, I have to ask you an important question. Please answer seriously. Take a moment to think about it. Do you accept data collection for the purposes of improving the next Ramsey iteration?
Absolute, is that you?
Absolutely, we will take that green light.
Heros, I do not sound like that.
Sorry, somebody was just speaking all of a sudden. I'm a bit busy in here.
In 2 months, we'll learn
Which
that
room are you
Heros...
busy in, actually? Tell me
the
you're
room
in the toilet.
In 2 months, we'll learn that Gargoyle has sold Heros Mortem's data to the local cheese-making factories.
Is there a room where there's like a selection of large fish?
Yes.
Yes. Well, Heros Mortem has been in that room. One of those fish is now deboned, and he is carrying the tail fin back into one of the back rooms.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah. So you start working on what I can only imagine is a fish-based bully Chesterton.
Bully
Chesterton
Chesterton.
and chips.
Keep him away from the pickled vegetables. Okay. Okay, so we know that Seras is in the pilot seat at the moment. Seras has the con. Absolute, where are you?
Okay, I think Absolute's had her fill of speaking to anyone right now, so she's probably found a quiet place and started reading through her legal books.
Okay.
More of a sort of a ritual to calm herself down a bit.
All right. Seras, can you please give me a check to pilot this vessel? Failure is not really a problem. Doing well will cut a bit of time off for you as you get there faster.
Do you take credit instead?
No. I do take pizza.
Mm-hmm. Okay, can I argue experienced traveler?
Yep, that works.
I have some maybe passing knowledge of boats.
Yep,
What's
that
that?
works. The fourth green light is just turned on and you don't 100% understand what's happened there.
Nick, what's that?
I will leave this open to you. Whichever stat you think works for your attempt.
I think wisdom. This is more trying to intuit what to do.
That works.
So that's a +7, 21.
21. That's a success on normal. Wouldn't do a hard check, but it's a success on a normal. Okay. Yeah, you get a hang of all of the other sort of sundry controls really quickly, and you're getting up to a good speed now in the ship. Ramsey kicks in your ear and says, just before we go over the point of no return, I just want to let you know that mute switch, I can get past that in cases of emergencies, but also, are you gonna name the vessel or something? It feels like a vessel going over the edge of a, whirlpool or something should have a name.
Wait, is this vessel not already named?
No, I mean, this is the first time it's been in the water.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'll name it the Cooler Ramsey.
The Cooler Ramsey. Because I'm on it, and I'm cooler than Ramsey.
No, it's because it's cooler than you.
Oh. Okay. The mute switch flicks. Okay, you are now approaching the maelstrom, this hole in the ocean that goes all the way down to the lair of Petrichor, the god of water and storms and the sea breeze. And you start to speed up. You start to twist and turn as the water catches you and pulls you into its embrace. Let's see. Seras, you're going to see this because you're the one who's currently got access to the scry screens, and you can see that several shapes have detached from the castle and are heading your way. It seems you have been noticed heading towards the hole in the ocean, and that they are not going to let you pass by unabated.
They must have heard the EULA being read aloud.
They heard the EULA being read aloud, and they were like, "I gotta get in on this." You gun it into the hole, and you start falling. You are no longer in contact with the water. You are just going straight down as fast as you can. Ahead, you can see the manta ray, stingray sort of shaped angelic vehicle ahead of you that is sliding down. It is quite far away, but you can sort of see the back of it where its engines are flaring. And yeah, you start to fall. But the things chasing after you are coming at you faster and faster and faster. You have a moment to prepare. What do you do?
First things first, I'm going to flip the switch and say we're about to be under attack.
Okay. A klaxon sounds throughout the ship. All the lights turn red. And yeah, your voice echoes throughout the ship. So everyone, you hear Sarah saying, "It's time." Everyone else, you've got a moment. What do you do?
I'm the safety officer. Do I know if the ship's got any sort of countermeasures on it?
Yeah. So, as you were falling, you have started to notice that you're feeling tugging sensations against your skin, as if your muscles are twitching and moving of their own accord. And you can feel occasional wetness, as if you're out in the rain. And after a moment, you realize that this attunement is you interfacing with the vessel itself. You are the vessel, and it is you. All of you are. Anything you can do, the vessel can do. So yeah, you have some things you can do. Absolutely.
Hey.
Get it? Absolutely.
You already made that joke.
God damn it.
In that case, I think the rules explicitly say I can't gather power until I'm in initiative. Does that count, or?
That counts, yeah. Can't gather it until you're in initiative. You could do other prep work, like, screaming, panicking, bit of roleplay, saying prayers to loved ones. And also, we can roll our icon relationship dice. I remembered.
Oh, sweet.
Honest. All right, let's do that right now. Everyone's got an additional one now as well because they've hit level 6.
So that gives us 4, correct?
That's right. That's correct. You get 4. And I'm going to roll some initiative.
A 5 and a 6 and a 2 and a 1.
Ooh, a 5 and a 6 is good, though. Which ones are they for?
The 5 and the 6 were both for the consort. Then the 2 for the consort and the 1 for the darkness.
Okay.
For Morian, that's going to be 4 and 3. For Raynar, that is going to be 2 and 6.
Yep, I got nothing.
So you got a 6 on Raynar, that's good.
I got 2 nat 20s for initiative. That's kind of crazy.
Oh, rolling initiative?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's roll it. They're coming on in.
Oh, sweet. I have a thing for this now.
Uh, 20.
Is that 20
I also
total
got-
plus your modifier?
Yes.
Okie doke.
I also
haven't
got
had
that's
anything that's
29.
rolled less than a
27.
20 yet. So that's 26. They got 24. Okay, we have Heros at 20. What was that? What was absolute?
Natural 20 for a 27.
27. You'll go in at third then. And how about Seras?
That's a 19 for a total of 29.
Hey, very nice.
Plus 10 to initiative it's really nice.
Yeah. So, what is chasing you on the screens? Let me get you some information. There's 1 larger thing and 8 smaller things. The larger thing is it is a vessel of some, well, sort of. It is a giant sphere. And surrounding that sphere are multiple interlocking rings that are covered in a sort of radiant fire. And each of those rings has inside it hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of scrying eyes that rotate constantly as it falls. The smaller things are a little bit more traditional looking. They are constructs that are in the shape of humanoids with wings, and they are holding lances that glow brightly. Okay. Right, we go to 2 of those. We're going to call those angels, because that's easier, all right? 2 of them first. They are flying towards you. They move to be nearby. And one thing to clarify how this works, okay? You all have turns on your initiative. There is obviously only 1 target, which is the ship. The ship's stats are whoever's last turn it was. Seras, I'm going to make it yours until the first turn hits initiative, because you are the pilot.
Great.
It's also your HP being targeted. But then when it's someone else's turn, it then becomes their HP and stats. And that sort of oscillates like that.
It's a good thing enemies can't generally kill you in 2 hits in 13th Age.
It's okay though. The board is set up such that there's actually it's spread out quite well. So you should all take a relatively even amount of damage. But anyway, the angels are coming in for a radiant flyby, and these are, by the way, mooks. So there's a mob of these. There are a total of 8. 2 of them attacking now. First one gets 22 versus armor class.
That misses. Or that hit, sorry.
Okay. And you take 8 damage. And the second one gets a 26 versus armor class.
That hits.
8 damage and propeller hit because they've rolled high enough. So they strike one of the rear propellers. Everyone on board is vulnerable to attacks for 1 round. Now, vulnerable is relatively weak in 13th Age. Don't worry about it. What vulnerable means is the crit range is expanded by 1. So a 19 and a 20 is a critical hit. That can stack, but yeah. You are vulnerable for 1 round, or one of you uses an action to go and fix it. But until then, yeah, you are vulnerable. Those are the angels. The massive ring thing full of eyes and such, we're going to call that the Ophan. It is going to... Is it going to give you the big thing? I didn't get you any even numbers there, so I don't get to get the benefit of the Radiant designation. Okay. It's going to do it. It's going to try and hit you with the big thing. All right. This targets all 3 of you individually. So, we'll start with Seras. 17 versus armor class.
Versus armor class?
Yeah.
That hits.
17 hits, okay.
I'm already getting up my calculator.
Against Heros Mortem. 18 versus armor class.
Oh, that doesn't hit.
That doesn't hit. And against Absolute. 20 versus armor class.
That hits.
Okay. 40 points of damage. As it unleashes this huge orb of Midas that rams into the side of the ship. And it floats backwards. It is now far away from you. Okay, Seras, it's over to you. You have 8 angels nearby, and the Ophan is far.
Okay, so
by the way, if that thing is a natural 31 or higher, or sorry, an unnatural 31 or higher, not natural 31 or higher, what the fuck? An unnatural 31 or higher, it does 90 damage. Don't let it become an unnatural 31 or higher.
That's
okay.
That's 1 hit kill for me.
That's a 1-hit kill for all of us, I think.
Yes, don't let it become an unnatural 31 or higher. It has plus 11 to hit. For now.
Plus 11 to hit?
That's not that
Nick,
high.
Did you plan for us to be able to win this encounter, or?
That's not that high. Monsters have pretty high to hit. It has to roll a nat 20 to do the plus 50 damage. At the moment.
And it's a good thing, because, you know, when you roll natural 20, you usually don't get any kind of bonus.
Okay, I'm going to, as a proper action, I'm going to begin summoning Protector of the Weak, Hero of Justice, come to our aid, summon White Knight. And I summon the White Knight to the field, or outside of the ship.
Okay, the White Knight appears in the water, in the air, falling around you at the moment, surrounded by the water. That looks cool.
The White Knight appears in the air around us. It is, of course, the visage of Shay in large paladin plate armor riding upon a winged horse.
Beautiful.
And as a bonus action, I am going to begin chanting another summon, which will appear at the start of my next turn. And that summon is going to be... I have too many sheets. This one will be the water elemental.
Okay.
There's no unique chant for this. This is a very standard elemental summon. It is not one of my normal aeons.
Okay. All right. A smart choice.
Yeah, that will be my turn. Immediately, the White Knight begins their turn.
Okay.
This is the turn summon, therefore I get full control. Let's see here. What's the escalation die at? 0?
0. Yeah.
And that is even for the purposes of this game?
For the purposes of this one, it is even, yeah. Mathematicians, again, don't at me.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is the White Knight is going to cast as a at-will action. Or yeah, this is at will. It's done as a quick action. Use lay on hands on the sub, and therefore me, or the seal, and therefore me.
Yep. You channel some of that spark that is within you into the machinery, the magitech around you, and it starts to repair itself.
Yeah. So that is. I can use the recovery, and if applicable, I can make a saving throw. In this case, it's just going to be recovery.
I'll let you make a saving throw if you want. If you succeed,
what?
you can remove the vulnerable effect.
Oh, I'll take that.
I think that makes sense. Because the idea is you're doing repairs.
Yeah, you do need to lay on hands to repair a sub afterwards. It's just standard aftercare.
We are the sub, and the sub is us. This is actually pretty good. Okay, so that's 31 points of healing to me. And making a saving throw. How does saving throw is just raw numbers?
Raw d20. You should have a save target on your sheet. And you want to get that or higher, I think. I might be wrong on that one. I might be thinking of worlds without number now I think about it.
I don't have a save target on my sheet.
It's a raw d20, and then it's 11 or up. Yeah, I'm thinking of worlds without number for a sec.
Okay, in that case, that's good. That's a 17.
17. Okay. So yeah, that healing energy goes through, and it also repairs the propeller that had taken some damage.
Okay, so that puts me up quite a bit. I'm no longer below half health. Okay, and thankfully, though, that was its quick action, because the escalation die is on...
is an even number, yep.
Yeah. Okay, in that case, it's going to Holy Smite against one of the nearby angels.
Okay, so you Holy Smite.
Yep, so that is plus 14 on its attack.
You see, plus 11 isn't that bad.
I'm using a 7th level summon.
Well, it's an 8th level creature.
Yeah. 31 to hit.
31 to hit. You see, now, if you were the Ophan, you'd be doing 90 points of damage right now, you see?
Yes, you 90 points of damage?
No, you can't.
Yeah, that is 30 damage to one of the...
30 damage to one of them. Okay, you take out one of the angels. Yeah, so it crashes sideways. Oh shit, no, it does literally. It has a last gasp feature. Okay, one desperate ram attack. It's going straight for you lot. It's going straight for the cooler Ramsey.
Hey, so question.
Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't used my movement yet, can the White Knight attempt to intercept?
Ooh. Yes, the White Knight can attempt to intercept. I think that's fine.
Because
yeah.
that's like the mechanic in this game.
That's the
if I'm
mechanic
right.
in the game. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the White Knight can dive. This is peak White Knight behavior anyway. Diving in front to take the bullet. Yeah, absolutely. Well, not like White Knight is in the online White Knight. That's not White Knight behavior.
Yeah.
They would never danger themselves. But like classical fantasy White Knight behavior. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so this attack is going to be against the physical defense of the White Knight. And it is a 23.
Physical defense, just barely.
15
Hits.
damage.
Oh, that's nothing.
The angel crashes into the White Knight and goes and explodes. I mean, they're mooks. Yeah. There's 8 of them. Well, not anymore.
Wait, what was the natural on that?
That was a natural 10.
Okay, would this count as holy and or negative energy?
Not in this case. This is a sort of just physical ram.
Okay. I asked because the White Knight resists holy and negative energy at 12 plus.
Okay, I'll make a note because its Radiant Flyby, which is its main attack, is holy energy. So,
gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's everything I can do.
All right, that's great. We then go to Angels 4 and 5. Angel 4 is going to target the White Knight with the Radiant Flyby, so we'll have resist 12 up. I've rolled a natural 9, so it is going to fail the resistance. So that is an unnatural 20 versus armor class.
That is a miss.
That is a miss. Okay. Absolutely nothing. The second one spins around and is going to try and fire off a bolt at the ship. So this is against your armor class, Seras, and that's even lower. That's a 17.
A 17? That hits.
8 holy damage, but it is too low to do any kind of malfunction, and it's still an odd number, so you don't get any of the bonuses that it's designed to do. So it flies away feeling a bit stupid about itself. And we go to Absolute.
Okay, so question. Are the angels engaged with us right now?
No. So they are flying nearby and then shooting, and then but they're not engaging.
Okay.
None of them are currently engaged with you, but that might change.
Also, question. How many of the mooks are left?
There are 7 mooks left.
Okay.
Okay. Do they become engaged when they actually attack the ship, or
No, they have ranged attacks.
Okay. In that case, Absolute sort of focuses and concentrates, and this is just the gather power ability.
Nice.
So I guess this just causes the water around the ship to start churning. And let me just double check the table.
Heros is going to call out to Absolute. She's like, try to focus on the big ones if you can. I'll take care of the little ones.
Noted.
It's a good idea. All right, so you're gathering power. Let's see what your random effect is.
Okay, so obviously I'm an infernal bloodline sorcerer, and that's a 3 on the d6. If an enemy rolls a natural 1 to 5 on a disengaged check, they're hampered until the end of their next turn.
Okay.
I'm not going to come up that much, but...
Oh, you never know. You can also intercept, anyone going in for a melee. And things like that. Sure. You can do that. That's all fine. But yeah, okay, that's great. So you forego your turn this time to get a bonus. You get double damage next time and a random benefit. Okay, we go to Angels 5 to 8. So this is 4 Angels now. One of them is attacking the Water Elemental. One attacking the White Knight.
Water Elemental's not on the field yet.
It's not on the field. Sorry, next turn. Okay. Well, let's do 2 White Knight, 2 on the ship then. So the 2 against the White Knight. We have 22 versus AC.
Miss.
And 28 versus AC.
That one hits.
8 holy damage, and that one is higher than the 12 up for resistance.
Yeah, I don't think these things can hit me without passing the resistance.
That's quite possible. A lot of them are like that. Like you can get higher resistances of like 16 up or 18 up that feature more often, but you know, sometimes. The 2 against the ship, this is going to be using absolute stats.
Yep.
Okay, we have first of all a unnatural 20 versus armor class.
That hits.
Okay, 8 holy damage absolute.
That one sting.
And a 23 versus armor class, which is also going to hit. You take 8 holy damage. And the ship gains 1 stack of something called Radiant Designation. There is a laser pointer pointing at you, basically. Right now. Okay, that's all 4 of them. We go to escalation 1. I used the tiniest die for this. Escalation 1. And we go back to the top with Angel 1.
Did Heros have a turn?
I didn't.
Heros, no, sorry,
that.
you're right at the end after the Angels. So we're back to escalation 0. Luckily, you are the last person in the round, so we've not missed out anything. Heros, it's your turn.
Amazing. Heros actually de-escalated something.
Ramsey, I want you to know that if you're able to be infected with that Midas nastiness, we will have to jettison you off board. It's just the way of things.
Well, I kind of expected it. I'm already kind of jettisoned from the original mind that made this.
Now, Bully, are you going to be able to keep up out there?
Huzzah! Put me in one of those tubes and fire me straight at the Angels. I'm going to destroy them.
Yeah, we've been testing out Bully's new tail in like a little pool that's in the thing. It's just like, huzzah! And then he like jumps
out like
over.
a dolphin.
Yeah, like behind.
Bully!
The full Free Willy. So Bully can leave the ship at his leisure.
You know, I died in a vat roughly this size.
And while Bully is figuring that out, I'm going to
it was
cast...
full of penis-shaped pickles.
It's your fault. I'm going to cast the Bones Beneath on the nearest mook.
This is specifically my fault. It was my character that killed Bully.
With capsaicin damage.
So when you heard Bully's voice at the start of this, it really hurt.
The weirdest country fair.
All right, so that is going to be 26 against physical defense.
Yeah, that hits. Sorry, which one are you targeting? Are you targeting
the nearest mook?
The nearest mook. Okay, yep. That hits.
Hence its mob.
Yep.
That is going to be 55 negative energy damage. And each mook that drops from that becomes a skeleton.
2 mooks drop from that.
Oh, this is the freshly ripped mooks, isn't it?
Yep.
So you now have 2 freshly ripped mooks that are also falling. Like, this is interesting because the first thing they do, that both of them do, they get their last gasp before they die, but then they have an immediate flesh ripping going on. Okay, so first of all, 2 of them are going to fly towards the ship to crash straight into you. The White Knight is already intercepted since last time.
Yeah, I have. I already have 2 on me.
So
whichever one of you hits us is going to get demoted immediately.
This is against Heros's physical defense.
My physical defense?
Yep.
No?
Yes. Yeah, we're all built around mental defense, so Nick only does armor class and physical defense attacks.
I've got mental defense attacks on here. I just haven't used them yet. First one's a natural 1, so I think you're good. Second one is a unnatural 30. Which which I'm
Yeah, I think
assuming
that'll
is
do
going to
it.
hit 15 damage as it crashes straight into the ship and explodes, and then suddenly a freshly ripped skeleton. By the way, you know what's interesting about this is they don't have skeletons. So what is being ripped from this is like streams of the Midas being pulled out and formed
Like the Midas
into a
is kind of
skeleton.
like coagulating into
Yeah.
the form of like a human body. That's,
Yeah.
They rip themselves out and they go, "Huzzah! I am here. Be not afraid."
Yes. So yeah, you've got two freshly freshly ripped mook skeletons. Freshly mooked. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they're all falling. They're falling because they can't fly, but they're falling. They're coming with you.
Okay, and I presume that I am able to control them.
Yes, you can. Yeah, absolutely.
Then they're going to do some attacks of their own. On the mooks.
You may as well.
They begin flapping their arms, just like maneuver themselves to the other mooks. I'ma get you. I'ma get you.
So first attack. I think as they were forming from the Midas, like they also got like little swords as well.
Yeah.
And it, like they look like swords. It's still just all part of the one entity.
Yeah.
All right, first attack. That is going to be a 29.
Yep.
Versus AC.
That hits.
All right. That is going to be 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay.
And then the second attack is going to be 16 versus AC.
16 versus AC doesn't hit, but the first one does. Yeah, so they sort of start crashing towards with their swords out towards the other angels. One of them takes it to the chest, but is still going, but is able to parry the other one with their own blade.
Angel Skeleton 1, I like you. You missed the ship with your death attack, and you were able to ram right into that enemy. Skeleton 2, I don't like you at all. Not only did you hit our ship, you failed to hurt them.
I'm doing my best, boss. I really am.
I don't want to hear excuses, I want to see results.
Yes,
Preferably
boss.
before we hit the sea.
Yes, boss.
Now, I'm going to get my top man on the case. Bully, show them how it's done.
Huzzah! Bully!
Bully!
That's going to be 26 versus AC.
Okay, 26 versus AC hits
For 10 damage.
for 10 damage. That takes out another mook.
I'm so sorry I've done this to you, Pixel.
Which is also going to attempt to do a ram. This time it's going to attempt to ram Bully Chesterton. So this is against Bully Chesterton's physical defense. And that is a 31 against physical defense for 15 damage against Bully Chesterton.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
Ah, Snow, watch out!
So this angel just takes a mortal wound from Bully Chesterton, grabs Bully, and then just flies off towards like a falling rock or something like that, or a falling chunk of ice.
See, that's what enemies do when they think you're a threat. You'll notice, Skeleton number 2, that you haven't received any damage yet.
Seras, if I may, this isn't a very nice way to treat your subordinates.
A minute ago, they were all trying to kill us.
You cannot hold someone's previous employment record against them.
I can. Their plan is to corrupt a god.
How many mooks are left?
Is that their plan at this moment? No.
4. You've taken half of them out.
Their plan was to kill us and then corrupt a god.
And now
I'm
they're
sorry,
working
boss.
for us.
If this keeps up, we're going to have to unionize.
Don't you
Hey.
even think of it.
There you see. Now look what you've done. They're going to unionize.
Hey,
Do you know
why
how
is a
how
union?
Good luck trying to form one. We've got the attorney. Ha ha.
So, I just want to set the picture here. You were all plummeting at terminal velocity in a submarine in the center of a huge, whirling, essentially tornado of water. Like it's not quite a whirlpool really, as much as it is the entire absence of water. Like the water has just been evaporated out by a planetary laser cannon, and you're all tumbling down, fighting angels on the way down, but also union busting. Also just doing a bit of union busting on the way down.
Okay, I believe that
We picked it up from Ramsey.
I believe that's top of the round now. Unless
Yeah,
we have any
now
more.
we're top of the round. We hit escalation 1. Well done, everyone.
Oh. By the way, Nick, I forgot something. When I was hit, that would have activated my familiar's counterbias ability.
Okay. Do you want to do that now?
Yep, that is just... Okay, so basically, Quilliam, who's presumably floating about Absolute's person, I guess part of the ship that's been damaged just sort of sticks out in a feather-like fashion and just smacks into the... Oh, no, sorry, never mind. That was a ranged attack. Ignore me.
Okay. We're at escalation die 1, everyone. Well done. We've done it. 1 round of combat.
To be fair, we've taken out over half the enemies.
You've taken out
just
half
under
the enemies, and you've busted their chances of forming a union. So, this is truly the greatest combat that's ever happened. Okay, we have one Angel Mook who is going to try and do another Radiant flyby. This one is going to be against the ship again. So this is going to be against Heros' stats currently. That is a 26 versus armor class.
Yeah, that'll hit.
This one is a Crystal Bank malfunction. You have the fear condition for the next round. The fear condition is you take a -4 penalty to attacks, and you do not benefit from the escalation die.
Is that for all of us?
All of you, unless someone takes an action to fix it.
How much damage did that do?
8 damage.
Does that include my summons?
That will not include your summons, and it won't include Heros or Mooks.
I'm not sure why I'm
will
asking.
include
For the
Heros.
most part, I do not
Fully.
benefit from the escalation die with my summons.
Oh, so your summons are outside the ship.
Well, yeah. Also, I mean, the -4 to attacks also isn't happening to your summons.
The
So-
White Knight is on a quick road to becoming the Wet Knight.
You also gain a point of Radiant designation. Well done, everyone. There is a second laser pointer glowing on you. Okay. Then it is the Ophan. And is it going to try and consume the Radiant designation to get an additional +4 to hit against you, thus increasing its chances of rolling a natural 31? An unnatural 31? No, it's not. It's going to ram you. Ramming speed time.
I mean, you said it was far from us.
Yep. It has to go far before it can ram you.
Oh.
It spends time going back and then just whomp. So it's ramming across through the water straight towards all of you. This is against physical defense.
Nick.
Oh,
Nick.
yeah?
Flash freeze.
Why? Okay.
Because you're trying to kill us.
You use it. Fine. You could just let me win once. I let you win all the other fights.
Well, good news. Even if you tried to kill us, apparently you're still allowed to unionize.
Oh, wait. Sorry, Nick. Is it engaged with us right now?
It will become engaged with you during this attack. What's the wording?
Okay. Range, one enemy you're engaged with.
And what's the trigger on this one?
It just says frequency once per battle. Special, you can cast this spell at any time during the battle, even on an enemy's turn.
Oh, yeah, then go for it.
Okay. That's charisma plus level. Plus 11. Uh, 27 to hit.
27. What is this targeting? Like which defense?
Oh, right, sorry. Physical defense.
That hits.
Some of its defenses are higher than 27.
I couldn't say.
Okay. Well, my natural roll was even. 16. So it is now dazed. -4 to attacks until the end of my next turn.
Dazed.
And it also takes...
Ooh.
And of course, because I gathered power, this is doubled to from 27 to 54.
54 damage, and it is dazed. That's fantastic. It has a -4 penalty to attacks now. You have a -4 penalty to your attack too.
All right, yeah. That reduces it to
No, that still
20.
hits. That still hits.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great. So yeah, as it's coming in to strike you, like it's coming in fast, you time it, and then you unleash this like wave of ice, I guess. Like, what does it look like when you're channeling this spell through a submarine?
Okay, so normally, what would happen is Absolute would just sort of just glare at whoever she's casting it on, briefly. But obviously, because she's in the submarine, I guess it just sort of, a tendril just sort of extends from the submarine and slaps it.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
That just sort of freezes the water.
Oh, that's great. Nonetheless, it's bearing down on you. Heros, this is still targeting you because Absolute hasn't had a full turn there. With +1 because of the escalation die. (26) versus physical defense.
Yeah, no, that'll do it.
Okay, you take 35 damage, but because it's a natural even hit, Ophan takes 35 damage as well. As it careens into you at max speed, knocks the ship off kilter slightly. And you're all sort of stumbling about inside. There's sparks coming off of the consoles, standard
Watch
stuff.
out, everyone. Until we go to somebody else's turn, we've got 2 HP.
Well, it is Seras' turn next, so...
Wait, awesome.
Yeah, over to you.
Awesome. Okay, so... on Seras' turn, Seras is going to use her own action to deal the crystal matrix thing to get rid of our fear.
Okay, yeah. So you use your action to get rid of the crystal matrix issue. The crystal matrix is back on. Like, you sort of, what do you like, hit it or something, or do you sort of interface with it, attune to it, the magic in it, and get it working that way?
I think Seras just kind of kicks it and hopes for the best.
I like it, and it works. It's back online. Yeah, you no longer have the fear effects, so you can add the escalation die to your attacks, and you no longer have -4 to them. Very good. Onwards to the White Knight, I guess.
Yes, I did not use my action to control it, so it's going to control itself.
Oh, and your elemental
the
comes in, I
water
suppose,
elemental
as well.
here
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
I'll get to that in a moment. White Knight
Okay.
first.
sounds good.
It's hard to
let's
spot
see.
the water elemental right now.
It's well camouflaged. But you know who can see it? The Ophan can see it. It's like 90% eyes.
Who is the ally with the lowest HP?
Definitely me.
Heros Mortem has
that'd be
2
Heros.
HP.
Okay, cool. On a 4, White Knight uses Lay on Hands on the nearest ally with lowest hit points. Because this is an odd escalation die, this is not at will, this is daily. It's like the way this works is like on even escalation dies, it's an at will spell, but on odd it counts as daily.
That happens to wizards as well. They have cyclic spells.
But regardless, that is lay on hands for you. So you could use one of your recoveries to heal. And if you wish, you are allowed to roll a saving throw of some kind.
Well, I don't think I need to save for anything.
You're not feared.
Nope.
I don't think you've got any conditions on you at the moment.
So in terms of using a recovery, is that 1d6 or is it 6d6?
It's 6d whatever, and you could do that X amount of times.
Okay. But I can do it X amount of times?
Yeah, like every time you use one, you click one of those boxes on the character sheet.
We are using different character sheets.
Then you should have 8 of them. You can use 8 recoveries total per full rest.
They're effectively 4E's healing surges.
Yeah, no. Well, that's plus 14 health for 16.
Healing is healing.
Hey, yeah, it works. Anything else from the White Knight?
No, that will be it for the White Knight, who still has 2 enemies engaged to him.
Well, that's nice.
Sorry, her.
No, because the one that you engaged, it was dying. It's like last gasp thing.
So she only has 1 engaged.
I don't think anyone's engaged with the White Knight at the moment.
1 went up and attacked her.
Oh no, those are
would be
ranged
engagement.
attacks.
Oh, they are?
Yeah. The angels
Okay.
are kind of like fighter planes, zipping around and shooting at you. The Ophan has
Gotcha.
come in for a melee and has struck the vessel itself.
And then the wall of swirling water around the airship and the angels, it begins to move ominously. First things first, I need to roll a d10. Oh, geez, I did not realize this would be happening immediately.
Oh no.
So at the start of the round, the elemental I summon, in this case water elemental, rolls a d10. If it is equal to or lower than the escalation die, it transforms for the rest of the combat. Never have I been so happy to roll a 1.
Okay.
As a large giant tidal wave reaches out of the walls of this watery vortex we're falling down.
Okay.
While in this form, each enemy engaged with the elemental is hampered. So anytime it engages with anything, as long as that engagement is up, it is hampered.
Okay. Hampered means you can only make basic attacks, no frills.
Oh, also, while it is in contact with a substantial body of water, does the ocean count?
Ooh, that might be a philosophical one.
This is a massive hole in the ocean, so you're currently all free falling in the air, so it depends. If you are far away from the ship, the vessel, you are in the water, essentially, or touching the water.
Gotcha. Oh, well,
That
either
might
way,
change
it is.
as the combat goes on.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Either way, it's going to move to engage with the with the big creature at the end who's attacking us.
Okay, the Othan.
Yep.
Big
So it
wheel
is
of eyes.
Yeah, so it's engaged with the Othan. So the Othan is hampered.
Okay.
And it is going to attack. Sorry, give me a moment.
Yeah,
because
no
the
worries.
water elementals is a special thing, I had to open another document to. Question. Because this is a large creature, could I also say it engages with one of the angels?
No, it is engaging a large creature. At the time, the Ophan is huge as well.
Or at the very least, is it in range to attack another of the creatures? Because this attack can target up to 2 creatures in melee.
Not currently. These are keeping their distance. They are zipping around, like trying to harry you, basically. So, not without an interception, but you could do an interception later.
Okay, so that is a total of 24 to hit versus AC. .24 versus AC.
I'm afraid that doesn't hit. So I was checking. It's got multiple conditions on it, and I just wanted to double check. I'm afraid that doesn't hit.
Oh wait, sorry. No. Wait, never mind. Yeah, as I said before.
So it goes to strike, but one of the rings sort of spins over to block it. Suddenly, the eye sort of turns and focuses on it. That's in the center of this orb. And looks at it, and it goes, "Be afraid!"
Oh, on a miss, the elemental heals 6 HP. That's irrelevant because it's full HP, but...
It's cool, though. Okay. That's the elemental. We've had the White Knight. That's all for Seras, I think. Yep. All right. We go to Angel number 4. Angel number 4 is spinning around and is going to try and attack this elemental with a radiant flyby. So this is against the elemental's armor class.
Does this count as weapon damage?
It is holy damage. So no, it's like a blast of holy light. It may not hit though. So I've just gotten a 17 versus armor class.
17 versus armor class doesn't hit.
Yeah, no, I didn't think it would.
Yeah, but the water elemental does have resist weapon damage 16 plus.
Okay, yeah, no, this one isn't weapon damage. The Ophan that's engaged with does do some weapon damage, so it will be benefiting from that in a sec.
I think because it's hampered, it has to do weapon damage.
Yes. Well, it has to do its basic thing. Its basic thing... we'll see. That's the Angel. We go to Absolute.
Okay. Is the I know the Oliphant is far away. Is the water elemental near?
The Ophan is very near. It's engaged with you currently.
All right.
Big damage, no
Okay.
lammies.
Oh, perfect. In that case, I cast Sinner's Pyre on the water elemental.
Okay. What does
that
this
do again?
So, the target has resist fire 18 plus until the end of your next turn. Deal 3d10 plus charisma fire damage. It's at 5th level, so it's actually 5d10. To all enemies engaged with the target. Until the end of your next turn, enemies who attack the target while engaged take the damage again.
Okay.
So yeah, that'll be 37 fire damage.
It doesn't have an attack or anything, or just does it.
Nope.
All right,
And it takes it
37
again if
fire
it attacks the water elemental.
Oh,
Okay.
that is a funny thing to combo with something that hampers engaged enemies.
All right. Yep.
Yeah, I was going to gather power, but you know.
No, that's cool. That's a great use of that spell. Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, you how does this manifest? Again, I'm gonna ask all of you. How do your things manifest inside this seal-shaped submarine? Okay,
So this is obviously kind of a ranged spell, but obviously, I guess it sort of it channels through the submarine. So it just sort of this sort of infernal energy in the form of sort of sickly blue flames emanates from the submarine.
Nice.
It goes into the ocean and just sort of wraps around the fire elemental in the form of a sort of steam cloud.
That's awesome.
Fire
I love
elemental,
that.
water elemental.
That's honestly cooler than what I had pictured in my mind. I picture in my mind like this, that the seal just like shot oil at it and it just lit on fire.
What's that about?
That's cool.
What's that about sick blue flames coming out of the submarine?
And I think maybe you need to redo the tutorial on how to use the toilet. Okay. 2 attacks from Spinning Angels coming in. They are going again for the one against the sub, one against the water elemental, I think. So the one against the sub, targeting this time Absolute. It is going to be 25 versus armor class.
That hits. Counterbite.
Okay, first of all, 8 holy damage.
To be clear, Spinning Angels is what Nick calls Beyblades.
And against the water elemental?
Well, first of all, I've hit your linkage. You are dazed for 1 round. Dazed is -4 penalty to attacks. And then against the water elemental. I'll just quickly do the water elemental one because it's a different one. That is not much, actually. That's a 16 versus armor class. I don't think that's going to hit.
No. No, it's not.
Getting rid of that D20.
Is this a melee attack?
No, ranged.
Okay, never mind then. Oh, wait, never mind. That's activate counterbite then.
Okay, never mind. We go to Heros Mortem.
Okay. Minions, prove yourself to me. Attack them again. The mooks.
Hi, boss.
First one, because it's all reliable, gets 29 again.
Good old reliable. This was getting promoted from a mook to a normal mob at this point.
That'll deal 8 damage.
8 damage, okay.
And then the second
Fear
one...
me, inferior mooks, for I am amazing!
The second one is on its recovery arc. It gets 28.
28 also hits. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's another 8 damage.
They're getting the hang of it. They've only had this sort of configuration for like 12 seconds. They're doing all right.
They doubted me, but I make my comeback. Yeah!
And remember, pay attention to what Bully's doing. And he'll attack for 32. Unfortunately, not a natural 20, but close.
I'm going straight for their eyes, I think.
So that's going to be 10 damage.
10 damage. Very good. You take out another mook. And one of the radiant designations is dropped. So one of the little laser pointers currently pointing out the submarine is gone.
It would seem, my friends, that those laser targetings that were targeting us are being drawn by those mooks out there. I'm going to try to kill a bunch of them.
Well, heroes, there's no need to make light of our plight.
I think Absolute's just starting shit for no reason at this point.
Didn't get the joke.
Okay. Don't listen to her, Heros. Just say laser focused.
Oh God, not
Actually,
again.
I was thinking of focusing with a bit more sonar, and then he's going to twirl the staff and then knock it down onto the ground, and the seal is going to open its mouth and come like this sonar wave will emanate from it to hit the mooks, hopefully.
I failed that one.
Wait, can seals use sonar? I mean,
This
not
one
that I'm
can.
complaining, but...
That's going to be 21 against mental defense.
Against mental defense, that hits.
Thank goodness. That's going to be 31 negative energy damage.
Their mental defense is very low. That takes out another mook and removes an additional radiant designation. That's all the radiant designations currently are gone.
And that leaves 2
It leaves
mooks?
2 left. Yeah.
Well, that's me.
Yeah, very good going. Very good going.
Pray I survive. But not to them.
Okay. That's Heros done. We go to escalation die 2 now. And it is the Ophan, who is currently engaged with both a water elemental and the ship. It has an attack that does 2 attacks, so that's convenient. One of them is going against the water elemental, one of them is going against the ship. Yep.
Is the attack that does 2 attacks a basic attack?
It is. It's basic attack.
Curses.
The really funny thing is it's fire damage, though. And the water elemental has just gained resist fire damage from Absolute. So, yeah. What was the resist number? What number do I have to roll to beat it?
18.
8? Oh, yeah, 18. Okay.
It's a really
Come
good
on,
spell.
Nat 20. Come on, Nat 20. I need it. No. So that is a 28 versus mental defense against
A
And then get
28?
it.
the water
Or 28?
elemental. Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, that hits.
Okay. 20 fire damage, halved because of resistance, because I did not beat the 18.
And don't forget, it takes 37 fire damage in turn.
And it takes 37 fire damage, so something will happen because it has now been staggered. But we'll do the other attack first before the trigger. So this is against the ship. Against mental defense, against Heros Mortem's mental defense. And that... so much maths. 27 versus mental defense.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Was it a nat 20?
No.
Damn it.
It was a 14. And that's including the fact that it was... Is it still dazed? It is still dazed. So... Wait, no, it's not dazed because Absolute had to go, right?
Not since
Yep.
then, no, I don't think.
Yeah, it's it wore off at the end of my turn.
I'd thought of
wait,
that.
yeah, that's
So
right.
32. Yeah, okay. No, 31. Anyway, 20 fire damage.
Okay, I am down.
And 10 ongoing fire damage.
Wonderful.
You're down and on fire. So the ship gets struck with this searing lash of fire, and one of the consoles bursts into sparks, like on Star Trek or something. And now you're on fire. Yeah.
And also unconscious.
And unconscious. Good work. Good work, Ophan. Okay. Yeah, that's its go. We go then to Seras.
Okay, I feel like this is a bit of an emergency, so...
Oh, sorry, no, it's staggered. There was a thing. There was a thing that happens when it was staggered. The central orb opens up, and out come a host of angels. The mob grows by another 3 angels.
So, are we just falling forever, and this is hell? And this is because we kept wishing him happy birthday?
You're not falling forever. It's only 3 more angels. You've dealt with almost all the mooks. But yeah, that's what happens. It like sends out 3 more from inside it. So okay. Yeah, sorry. Go to you, Seras.
Okay. Absolute. Do you think you get Do you get Heros up?
I can try if I don't go down myself.
By the way, did Absolute do double damage?
Yeah, that was on class
turn.
3s.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm reading up on something.
Absolute is agreeing to get Heros up.
I'm not sure how I could do that though. Wait, did we get any healing potions?
You were able to buy them.
You were.
Okay. It's just
okay, yeah. Okay, this is why I'm gonna... How many angels are there?
There are now a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 angels.
5 angels. I hate to use this so early, but it's kind of an emergency. Fireball.
Okay. We doing it recklessly?
Yes.
Yes! That's what I like to hear.
Okay, so that is... Oh, love to see that. Every enemy is being targeted.
All right, then. Okay. This could very much change the battlefield.
Always so close, but so far. Okay, so that is just under a crit.
It may not matter.
Let's see here. So that's attack. I'm level 6, correct?
Yes.
28 versus physical defense.
That hits everyone.
Therefore, because it hits everyone, I don't suffer the effects of the reckless miss.
Damn.
Although that would only come into play for the big one, because it only attacks my allies if they're engaged, which
That's
as you've
true.
been.
That's true. But it does hit. It does hit, yeah.
Yeah, so that's.
This is gonna be spicy. This is gonna be a lot of damage.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 75 damage to everything.
Okay. So those 3 angels that just turned up flew out of this Ophan and then were immediately disintegrated by a fireball. Because each of these mooks has 25 hit points, so that is exactly 3 mooks dead. So they flew out, they got eradicated.
So, my initial plan was to use this turn to get Heros up, but with the additional mooks, I felt I had to.
And then 75. Hang on, I gotta do some maths. Okay, and good damage against the Ophan. Oh yeah, those 3 are gonna try and crash into the into the various combatants out in the world.
Ross Mortem, the most charismatic liability to a team.
Yeah, one's gonna target Heros. One is gonna target the
Heros? I'm in the ship.
Yeah, it has to target ship.
Sorry, I meant bully for some reason. I got one's targeting
Just
bully.
really want to kill Pixel.
Really want to
Just
kill
once.
One's targeting bully. One is targeting the ice
Can confirm
elemental,
it's spam.
water elemental. Sorry, and one is targeting the ship. So that is currently going to be
the one that's
Seras.
targeting the ship is going to be intercepted by
The
the
White
White
Knight?
Knight.
Okay, so one's targeting the White Knight instead. So let's start with the White Knight one. Against physical defense, nat 1.
No.
Okay, so then against Bully Chesterton, against physical defense, that is a 25 for 15 damage.
What if
Okay.
one of the rip-free skeletons, the one that's been performing really poorly, tries to get in the way?
You can do that, yeah. That's fine. Intercept. Yeah. One of the the bad mook jumps in front like, get down, Mr. Bully.
Don't worry, boss. I'll save you.
Explodes, dead. And then against the water elementals, the last one that I've not rolled.
Well, hang on. What was the
yeah.
what was the roll for?
I don't know. Let me roll it again for you for a sec. That was 25 versus physical defense.
Okay, 25 versus physical defense. What was the natural roll?
That was a natural roll of 12. I already picked it up again. I need to stop doing that.
Are they using a weapon?
No, they're using their bodies. They're just going straight in. I mean, you can probably call it weapon damage. That's fine.
Yeah, resist weapons 16 plus. When a weapon attack targets this creature, the attacker must roll a natural 16
7
on the
damage.
attack roll. Ooh.
How much the moot got?
The Mook has 18 hit points, so...
Okay, Mook is still up. Mook goes in and just bodies it. Amazing.
Great initiative, Skeleton 2. I'm going to call you Skeleton DOS from now on, and I like you a little more than I did a minute ago.
This is of course all happening in Mook 2's head because Seras is unconscious.
Yes.
It's imagining all of this, yeah. It's narrating it to itself.
Skeleton DOS, you did so well. We're going to throw you a parade. All your friends are here.
You're
just
definitely
Skeleton
going
one
to
and bully.
survive long term. And there's no way this magic will end soon.
The water elemental, which is up next, does have resist weapon damage 16 plus.
Resist weapon damage 16
There's an
plus.
entire
I rolled a 15,
alternate...
annoyingly.
There's an entire alternate series finale going on in Skeleton 2's head.
28 versus physical damage. Physical defense, even.
That'll hit.
And
If it hits, it's only 7 because I didn't get high enough to get over the resist.
I don't know if this matters, but the damage from Sinner's Pyre is phrased as enemies who attack the target while engaged. So does the that do anything before it hits, or?
It won't matter on this one. It's a
Okay.
last gasp thing. It is already dead when it's attacking. So
Okay.
It's a
it
death
happens.
throw.
Yeah, it's a death throw sort of thing.
Okay.
It would apply to like standard attacks though if they were going in for that. Okay, that's I mean, back to you, Seras.
Yeah, are item uses quick actions?
I think the item will say...
It will probably say on the item, otherwise it's a free action. Most of your magic items are free actions, for example.
Specifically, I need to know if a healing potion is.
If it doesn't say anything on it, it's a free action.
No, because does anyone have a healing potion? Because I was a fool and I forgot to write that down.
Yeah, did we even
I
get
have
any
a
gold
feeling
at the
they're
end of
quick
last
actions.
session?
We
specifically.
did get gold, but I think, like, we were concerned with leveling up our characters and we never checked in on the shop.
I mean, Nick said like any like of the standard consumable items.
Drinking a potion takes a standard action,
Standard action. Damn.
apparently.
Yeah, can we, GM, can we just assume we all got at least one potion?
And deduct the gold.
Yeah, and deduct the gold later.
Fine. You can have
I
one
actively-
potion each and deduct the gold afterwards.
I mean, I
I'm-
actively bought my potions in between sessions, like we were told.
Iris, you
to.
can have your things. That's fine. You've done the work, and that's absolutely fine. The rest of you can have one, and this is the only time I'm doing it. Buy your
know what?
fucking stuff.
I'll pay double.
Thank you,
That's
GM.
how bad I feel. How much is a potion usually?
50 gold.
Health. Okay, then I'll pay 100.
Okay, so if that is a standard action, then I can't do anything with that. So then in that case, I really do just have to. Well, maybe not. Let's see how I roll with the White Knight. If I roll another 4, I could try to get you back up.
Too nice to GM. I'm unconscious on the floor because my initiative happened to be right before the biggest bad on the field right now.
Let's see here. A 3. The White Knight attacks the closest demon or undead, if any. If not, the nearest enemy.
Oh
Who would be the
no.
nearest enemy to the White Knight?
The White Knight's nearest enemy is probably
I would assume-
the Oafen.
I assume. Yeah, I was going to say. I'd assume the big one because it's engaged with the sub.
Yeah.
Now, is it you can target the nearest enemy, or is it targets the nearest undead, and if failing that, an enemy?
The The nearest
Because-
White
undead
Knight
or devil.
targets the closest demon or undead, or the nearest enemy. I assume
Okay.
the demon or undead comes first. Otherwise, it wouldn't have to specify that.
Well, then, in that case,
Is there a
there's undead on the field, isn't there?
There's 3 undead on the field.
Are you really going to force friendly fire?
I mean, that's what this thing says, right?
I mean, presumably
There
it
are
doesn't
friendly
count
fire
allies.
spells in the game. You know, Fireball specifically calls out a friendly fire section.
I mean, I'd argue that when it purposefully attack allies, this
I'm
is
sorry,
meant to be
it
targeting.
says nearest. The White Knight sees an undead thing and it goes, "It's time." Understandable. Also, very funny. Heros counts as undead sometimes. Although, actually, I think Heros could decide.
Yeah, my ring lets me be a humanoid.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're okay.
Wait, are they
Which
the
undead's
nearest
it
though?
gonna be? Let me find out.
I'm sorry, what was that? Bree?
Are they the nearest though?
No, the nearest is a separate clause.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna say that's ripped free mook number DOS. Is the one being targeted.
Rich free mook number 1. Just, like, one of them is already going this way with fully chested and behind. I know the other one is going this way.
Okay, Rip Free Mook number 1 dives to intercept Rip Free Mook number 2.
Maybe I was a bit too quick to judge, Heros. You've got them very well coordinated.
How much health does Ripped Free Mook number 2 have?
Well, it's number 1 that's being attacked now. They have 18, but if your natural roll is less than 60, and they might fare a bit better.
I mean, it is a natural 10 for a total of 24.
Okay, so half of 24 is 12.
Oh no, that was the total
that's to hit.
Oh, well, that'll hit.
Yeah, so it's going to take 15 damage then.
Okay, so 15 damage, half of that.
7.
Okay, 7.
No,
yeah,
no. It takes 30 normally. It's cut in half to 15.
Oh. Okay.
Also, if it's alive, it's hampered till the end of its next
It's
turn.
not.
I'm
It
so
is
sorry.
alive.
It's undead. It's not alive.
It's got 3 hit points.
If it has hit points, it's hampered. I'm
Okay,
sorry,
I thought you
Pixel.
meant if it wasn't undead. This isn't even the worst friendly fire incident in this campaign. Okay?
You know, usually mooks work like it should be dead by now, but I feel like the theatrics that these two have put on have put them in a separate space.
They're gonna be the campaign. They're gonna be like Arc 2 of this. It's just gonna be the Rip Free Mooks.
Yeah,
On
okay.
their own adventure at this rate.
Okay, next up, because that was so rude, Nick, but next up is the water elemental.
Water elemental time. Okay. Currently engaged with the Ophan.
Let's see here. That is a 5. The elemental attacks the closest enemy.
That'd be the Ophan, all right. Yep.
I can never crit on the things I want to crit. That's a nat 20
Nat 20.
for a total
Okay.
of 29.
Did you want to crit against my skeleton?
29 against AC.
That hits.
And crit is standard damage plus roll, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Standard damage plus then
Oh.
roll it.
Oh, there's no roll here. It's just 14 So is that just double damage then?
Just double it, yeah. If there's no dice specified, just double it.
Yeah, because the one it mentions on my character on the class page specifies it's the water elementals found in the it's like the enemy one, so it doesn't have dice, it just has
Unless
the
it's
number.
marked as Mook. Mooks can't crit. That's the only other thing.
It's not.
Okay.
No, so that's 28 damage.
I gotta do some maths.
Because it's
Ooh,
14
still up.
doubled, so that's 28.
It's still up. It's not far off though. Oh shit!
What?
No, that doesn't matter. No, that's okay. I read the line. It is vulnerable to melee attacks while while it's engaged, but vulnerable is just its crit range is increased.
Yeah.
So the crit still happens, of course, but it's slightly easier to crit. Is the important.
Would there be a second enemy in range of the attack by any chance?
Not at the moment. Not at the moment.
Oh well.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good hit. It is not looking good. We go to Angel Free. Angel Free is... I mean, their job here is to stop you at all costs. They are not going to surrender. Okay. Angel Free is going to... It's going to strike the sub. So...
Hey, guess what? It was literally just the White Knight's turn. It gets its reaction back.
It does. All right, striking the White Knight. Yeah, quite right. Okay. Oh no, you can't intercept because this is arranged.
Oh, that's right.
That is 30 versus armor class.
Yeah, that hits. Ow.
8 holy damage.
Oof.
And you're not vulnerable currently, so you're all good, right? Yeah, you're not vulnerable.
Yeah.
No. Okay, that's good because that was a natural 19 and I wanted to double check. Breach. Water is flooding in. One of you must use an action before the end of this angel's next turn, or the ship will crater from the pressure around it.
We're not in the water, though.
You will be.
By the end of this turn?
Yeah, actually, yes, because I've got it coded as when escalation die hits free, which is the end of this round. Remember, it's by this thing's next turn, so you've got a little bit. Everyone has a go before this happens.
I don't.
Oh, you do.
You might.
You do have a go.
Oh, you're not getting off that easy.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
being alive.
You have a go. We're over to Absolute. Absolute, there is a breach in the submarine. The hull is open. Ramsey says over the intercom, hey, I got a new hole. And I don't really like that idea.
Congratulations. I'll
No,
send you a card later.
No, it's not intentional or anything. And
Well-
card won't really work because we're going to be in the water soon, and card it's just going to get all soggy, and it's just going to disintegrate away. It's not going to deal with the pressure at all. I leave this one to the engineers. I think. I mean, when we need a lawyer, I will ask. But thank you.
Right. Well, I'll deal with the liability later. But in the meantime, I do believe we have someone with perhaps some expertise in at least manual labour. And Absolute is going to walk over to Heroes and pour a health potion down his throat.
What are his first words?
Oh. So, how long was I out for?
Not even 6 seconds.
Excellent. Our response time is getting better. Bully, are you okay out there?
You got like a dashboard in fucking Morian's waiting room, like seconds before next resurrection.
Well, no, he didn't, because he explicitly didn't know.
Oh, so wait, what's a health potion in terms of health?
Oh, well, I think you can roll one of your recoveries.
It's recovery plus 1d8 HP. So whatever your recovery number is, plus 1d8.
Okay,
1d8?
so
1d8.
I'll do the d8 first, and then that's going to be 3, and then 66.
Up to a max
ooh.
of 30 because it is a basic healing potion.
Well, I mean, that's 28. So I'm on 27 now.
Nice. Yeah, the adventurer tier ones are capped at 30 HP.
Bully, are you okay out there?
Huzzah! Never been better. There's been a conga line of people waiting to stop me from dying. I finally found friendship. This is what true companionship and camaraderie feels like. Truly, this is the best feeling in the world. I hope nothing happens to these two new friends of mine.
I'm so glad you got your happiest ending arc, Bully.
Thank you.
I have some bad news, boss. Mook number 2, he's gone.
What?
Cut down by our own troops, sir.
Mook number 1.
Oh, no, I thought Mook number 2 died.
Mook number 1 intercepted.
Oh. Mook
That's
number 1
right.
is dead.
Wait,
He's
Mook number
dead,
1,
sir.
did Mook number 1 die? Because it took 15, right? And they had 16 HP?
Yeah, I thought Mook
I think
number
by
1
the
was
way
still
that
up.
mooks work, technically it's died. It just hasn't taken yet for reasons
Oh yeah,
of
because it's a
drama.
mob for both of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would have.
So I suppose you get to choose which one died.
Yeah.
We'll get around
Sophie's
to that when
choice.
it gets to. We'll get around to that when it gets to Heros' turn. Right now, they're both like hanging on.
No.
They're having an extended death sequence. Like, tell my wife I didn't know I had one.
No, you can't. You fool! I am your wife.
Well,
You
that
can't
works
leave
out.
me like this. Who's gonna raise our child?
I have several questions.
We can just put them in a high place.
Yes, it's all very questionable. That'll cut well for the trailer.
That'd be great. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I'm not making one, but that'd be great. Okay, absolute. That's your go, I think.
I think so. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but
we get Angel 4. Who knows? Welcome to Uncle Nick's Wild Hole. No, we're not calling it that. No, I'm taking it back. I take it back. It's not. All right, Angel 4 coming in is Angel 4 is Angel 4 is gonna try and shoot the ship. Nope. Maybe actually 19 versus armor class. This is gonna be against Absolute. That does hit because your stats card has just slid into view.
yeah.
So that is going to be 8 holy damage, but no special effect because I roll quite low. And we go then to Heros Mortem.
So outside the ship, Mook 1, like they've slowly been dissolving, and like there's less of them as they're like going down. There's just gold dust, just like leaving a trail in the air, and finally, like they're holding onto the hands of Mook 2, and the face just starts fluttering away with a smile.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I will never forget you.
So Mook 2 is going to like get a burst of dramatic rage and try to angle itself and then go towards what's the name of the big one?
The Ophan.
The Ophan.
Face the wrath of a single mother.
You get +2 to attacks and damage for this attack. as Ripped Free Mook 1 is fighting in spirit. A rule we've not had to use before. When a creature dies and leaves an important mark on someone, they can give a +2.
We're not nearly connected enough as a group for that.
So that's happening now.
Oh no, that's going to be 14 against AC.
Oh, that's not even 1/10 of what you need. It is 1/10 of what you need.
Tink, 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 tink.
Just
Tink, tink, tink,
Sure,
tink,
you
tink,
can't
tink,
do anything. Yeah, no luck at all. Amazing.
Well, they kind of just did that on their own. Wooly, you stay on the mooks. That's what I would have ordered.
Huzzah! I'll destroy every single one of these things as long as they're smaller than me.
That's a 25 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
That's going to be 10 damage.
10 more damage. Okay. Not taking out another mook yet.
And then, what's the escalation die at?
It is currently at 2.
Okay, does the big angel have 160 HP or fewer?
It does.
Okay, I am going to have the ship kind of like flop around like a seal and just like give them like a deathly stare. I'm going to cast Rebuke. And hope that it hits. And at a 29 against mental defense, it probably will.
That hits. Its mental defense is 17. It is its lowest defense.
The target is hampered until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
Does it do damage?
Unfortunately, I rolled a natural odd, so no.
Okay.
But I'm keeping it from...
I'll let you turn it into a natural even in exchange for 1 icon relationship die.
Do it, because it's already hampered because of the water elemental. You only have one, don't you?
You had
I
one.
only have 1 die, and it's only going to do 12 damage if it is even. The point of Rebuke is mainly to, like, just get them off of using their big bad abilities.
Okay. Which is really annoying, because I've really wanted to disengage and use the Midas Bomb on you again, and I've not been able to because it's consistently hampered.
Like I said, it's the only time I've ever been happy to see a 1 in my life.
Yeah.
So yeah, the seal flops around, it gives like the death stare, and suddenly I guess like the angel kind of like shudders a bit, and Mook 2 is there just like, you better.
Yep, okay. Heros, that's your turn. We go to the next round. The escalation die is at 3. We will take a break in a bit, but I'm going to tell you right now we're right at the end of this combat, so we'll take a break once we do that. It is the Ophan. The Ophan is going to use its Searing Condemnation because it can't do fuck all else. It is going to attack the water elemental. It's going to attack the Mook.
If it attacks the water elemental, I think it might take damage.
Oh no, that wore off at the end of my turn.
Curses.
Versus the water elemental versus mental defense, that is a 21.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Takes 10 ongoing fire damage. Heros, by the way, you're still on fire, if I recall.
I am, so let me take away 10 health and let me roll a save. That's a flat d20, isn't it?
It's a flat d20, and it is a normal save, so 11 up.
Oh yeah, well you need to not
2.
forget about the hole.
2.
Yeah, I was going to hit the hole, don't worry.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Still on.
Still on fire.
I say this because the water elemental is also taking a natural even. So it is taking 10 ongoing fire damage as well.
And how much regular damage?
20 fire damage. And the second attack, this one against the Mook. That is 31 versus mental defense, 20 fire damage. I'm assuming the Mook is dead.
Well, hang on. Was that a natural?
It was a natural 18.
This is the end of the story.
I will see you in hell!
Just like shoots out a beam, and then there's just like gold dust like floating everywhere, and as the seal is kind of like falling down, we just see like some sparkles come across the windows.
Remember me.
Yeah, like that's the echoing as the voice goes out, just like, remember me.
Okay, fantastic. That is both of the attacks for the Ophan. As the Ophan's turn ends, the water column above you and around you starts to collapse. So the water is closing in over you. It goes pitch black. Everyone is now invisible, with the exception of the Ophan, who is on fire. Like, it is just like constantly burning. So anyone near the Ophan is visible because it's got like a 20-foot bright light sort of thing going on. The angels that are flying around are now invisible.
Question, Nick.
Yep.
Item interactions are free, right? Unless stated otherwise?
Unless stated otherwise, they are free, yeah.
Does that mean I can for free flip?
Outside of your turn.
Does that mean for free I could flip the light switch up?
Yes, you
the
can.
one you explicitly said was there?
Yep.
Click.
Paris is just looking out the window like, they kind of had a whole thing going on there. I mean, kind of makes me wish I gave a little more oomph into that spell.
Oh, sorry. Free actions are only on your turn, but I will say that turning the lights on is fine.
Because
everything goes dark. It's all dramatic.
The bones beneath is a daily spell, and I could have used Cackling Soliloquist on it. I had no reason not to. I didn't do anything else, not like my mind or my movement. I just forgot.
It happens.
It's just like it's all dark and dramatic. The only light is from the creature, and then you just hear like one of those like old light bulbs like click to life, and you hear the buzz.
Yeah. Okay. So you're now tumbling with water very, very quickly chasing you from above. The things are collapsing in.
I'm gonna use my action to seal that hole.
It's a good idea. So Seras, you seal the hole, and that hole is indeed
Seras
sealed.
is very quickly like putting up like 2x4s are going with nails.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves style, yeah. Absolutely. You seal the seal onto obviously the White Knight and the Water Elemental.
Okay, let's see if the White Knight murders Bully Chesterton.
You remind me of a knight working in a fortress.
Do I remind you of any dashing knights?
I said,
Dash brains, perhaps.
Heros, why is that glowing white individual looking at me like that?
Sweet. Again, who here has the lowest hit points?
I'm on 10.
You're on 10?
Yeah, that is going to be absolute.
Absolute.
Harris has more than either of us.
Yeah.
Combined.
Lay on hands happens. Please roll your recovery.
I mean, you're also taking 10 on your turn.
66 plus 2.
I assume Heros is calmly chilling in the submarine while on fire.
I really should be more concerned about this whole thing, but I was so gripped by that story unfolding before our eyes.
Absolute wasn't making a point of anything when she poured that hell potion down his throat, so, it's kind of hard to panic about it.
I've got to tell this to my friend Oscar.
Okay, and next is the elemental.
Created the famous acting awards.
Yeah, that Oscar.
The
There's a good play in here somewhere. Maybe not falling down a hole, though. That might be a bit confusing for the audience.
Does a 25 against AC hit?
Yes, it does.
Sweet. 14 damage, please.
14 damage, and you are targeting
As the water elemental crashes, and its large tidal waveform crashes into the angel.
It shudders backwards, but returns.
Oh, it's close.
It's close. It's close. You can feel it.
I can smell it in single digits.
The eyes are like blinking on and off, and the fire is raging within inside it. Looks like it's going to, on its turn, try to do something very, very stupid indeed if you can't stop it before then. Luckily, you've got like 6 actions before then, so who knows?
Yeah, and that'll be my turn.
That'll be you. The angels are coming in. They're going to attack the boat now. They're desperate. There's only one angel, sorry. That is a natural 17, so 28 versus armor class against Seras. That is a 8 holy damage and a linkage hit. You are dazed for 1 round, you all are. Dazed is -4 penalty to attacks. And then we go to Absolute.
Okay. Absolute's just been knocked silly. She's feeling a little upset about that.
Yep.
So she's going to channel her rage through the ship, which is going to emanate in a blast towards the... I keep forgetting what the big one's called.
The Ophan.
The Ophan.
If there were multiple, you'd call them Ophanim.
Huh, wild.
I would have gone for Ophi.
Don't worry about it too much. Sometimes you get knocked around.
Blame the Bible. I didn't invent this.
I've gotten...
Natural 20.
Oh. Oh, no.
Oh, I'll need to write this natural 20 down. If anyone else rolls a natural 20, I'll need to know.
Oh.
Concerning. Are you just auditing? Or?
Okay. Does that mean anyone on your team or anyone in the game?
Any enemy.
Oh, any
it's,
enemy, okay.
A special effect of Orb of Wrath.
Okay.
Always note any natural rolls when used. Until the end of battle, if an attack against you has that natural roll, deal leveled fire damage to that enemy as a free action.
That's cool. That's cool.
Anyway, that's... Oh, I guess it doubles, so it's 42 points of fire damage.
What you do is you roll the damage, and then add your base damage.
All right.
So 21 plus the dice.
Okay. 21 plus 5d6.
You got to roll something on a crit, otherwise it's just not fun, is it?
Oh yeah.
So wait, you roll the average and then you roll.
So yeah, you add the average and then you roll what the number is normally.
Huh.
The only exception to this is Fireball, which always rolls.
Always rolls. It's written in the spell. You got to roll it.
Gotta roll all 12 of those d10s.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 8 plus 6.
I'm realizing I might not have critted in this game yet.
14.
It's weird. I haven't critted much either. It's mine are very boring. I just double the number, but
25. 45. 46 damage then.
46 damage, and that's against the Open. Okay. What does this stat look like again?
Okay, so basically, Absolute just sort of screams in rage, and this sort of bursts from this sort of channels into the ship, which just turns into I guess it sort of forms a skull at the front of the ship, which blasts into the elephant.
Ophan, yeah. If we have an Oliphant in here, I'm either being sued by Timothy Oliphant or the Lord of the Rings estate.
What if we have an olive fan?
Yeah,
This-
it's
this-
the
I mean,
Right,
this
it's-
spy went public domain this year.
Yep.
I'm sorry, the
It's
skull,
the,
the skull appears, and all you hear is, "Yeah, I have returned!" as it crashes into as it crashes into the angel.
Boom! And it goes between the rings, straight into the eye at the center that is burning with fire. And it screams in every language at once as it closes in on itself, and the rings just drop inert.
I didn't know
recognize
angels
some
were
of
so
those.
multilingual.
I recognize some of them.
There is a rippling shockwave from the center that goes out and tears through the other angels that start to now fall from the sky. It hits the submarine, and the lights flicker and then go off. God damn it.
I can't reach my light from here. I can't do the funny thing.
I'm not doing it.
Way too many lights.
Someday I have to get that switch.
And the water is.
I don't know where it is. I didn't read the manual.
You are in the dark, in a tub. The scrying channels are off. The lights are off. You cannot hear Ramsey, and you are falling. And the world's falling with you. And we're going to go for a break.
We had a whole fucking character arc in that combat.
We did! That was great! You're in a boat. The lights are off. You are plummeting into the abyss, and the abyss is coming with you. What are you doing?
Does anyone know how to get the lights back on?
I don't. I didn't read the manual.
How did it go? Skip, 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 skip. Skip, 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 skip. Skip, skip, skip.
Are you sure you didn't skip the part where you turned the lights back on?
Sarah,
You might be right.
Seras is
Critically,
going
you
to
all
start.
know how to use the toilet.
Seras is going to start flipping switches at random.
Okay, you start flipping switches at random. They don't turn back on.
Okay, I'm going to start looking for
We hear an explosion off
any
in the
sort of
distance.
any sort of clearly damaged system.
It's like, oh, you fired the torpedoes, eh? Well, we only had 2 of those. Hope you hit something worth hitting.
You're not hearing Ramsey either. But yeah,
You know,
you
we
launched
could
the
just
only
leave
2
it like
nuclear
this.
warheads in Aetos.
Okay. No, Seras. Let's see here. What is Seras like? What would she do in this situation? I need to actually. Where are our magic items? I need to read some specific effects.
Would she leave the
Oh,
power not functioning because Ramsey is offline?
Before I forget,
Okay.
I cast Infernal Kindling.
If you cast Infernal Kindling, okay, and that's giving you some light, I assume.
Yeah, it's just the Infernal Bloodline version of the light spell.
Oh,
I
wait!
get like 5 uses for free.
Okay.
I
Okay,
forgot
so-
I read those Spell a Day magazines. Then Heros is going to begin forming like a ball of like a mage light, except it's kind of like sickly.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Got a green tint to it for some reason.
Okay. So because of Seras's magical items, she because of the Orb of Holy Mother, she is very indecisive, and because of the circlet of swift thought, the slightest delays infuriate her. This is very helpful in a
So she doesn't know what she's going to
situation.
do, but she's real angry at herself for this.
This is perfect for a stressful, high-stakes situation.
Oh, wait. So you saying you don't have an icon that fits the situation?
You know what? No, I have an icon that fits this situation.
Okay.
Seras is going to, after thinking it over and being frustrated with herself, she is going to leave things up to fate. And she is going to use her icon die with the consort of change, the Queen of Nordamark herself.
Okay.
She's going to pull out her tarot deck. She's not going to make the decision. She's going to pull out a card, and this is how she basically asks the consort for help in some way.
For a second, I really thought you were going to say that she was going to pull out her pterodactyl, and because it's Seras, she could have had one.
No,
okay.
unless Nick gives me a custom summon for a pterodactyl, I doubt it.
Roll me a d20. First of all, for complications, but this is also going to determine what happens. Unmodified, because we're relying on luck here.
Unmodified. This is a 16.
16. Okay.
Do you also want to pull a card from the tarot deck?
Yeah. Where is it?
Remember that time you didn't pull a card from a tarot deck and you could have gotten more wishes?
I wasn't going to risk that. But no, and this isn't the deck of many things. This is the normal tarot deck.
Just gonna go
which
until
is something that's tied to the Queen of Nordmark for anyone who watches Nordmark.
And why wouldn't you?
Just gonna go until I get the first major arcana, because that will be more interesting. Wow.
Why wouldn't you? Well, it doesn't have me, Heros Mortem.
But this is Seras
Exactly.
asking the consort of change for help.
Okay.
Nick, you need to shuffle your tarot deck.
Apparently, I
He needs to finish stacking it first.
No, maybe I need to look at the other side. Maybe I've just put. Where the fuck are they? Even if I'm going from the other side, it's non-stop minor arcana. Where are
this
you?
is a major arcana in the arse.
King of Cups, Queen of Wands. There we go. We got one. Finally.
What is it?
All right, it's the Star.
That's a pretty good, positive
that's
one.
Good.
I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Hope, inspiration. Okay. All right.
Inspiration.
You close your eyes. Your array controls out in front of you. Raise your hands, and you just slam your hands down on some buttons, and nothing happens. That doesn't work. Of course that was never going to work. What were you thinking? Why would that ever work? And then suddenly there's a and the lights come back on and everything starts working again. Yeah. And then the rotors at the back start turning again and everything is back to working order. Congratulations. You still are falling.
This is why we use our icon relationship dice.
Yeah. The scry array comes online, and you can see that the angel vessel that you've been tailing, the one in the shape of a stingray, that has turned off into a cave mouth near the bottom, near the ocean bed. You're going to have to turn while falling, because there's no water down there. Or slow yourself down, and then water will hit you.
Does this vessel have any sort of emergency falling measures by any chance?
No.
I'm asking.
Okay. Ramsey goes, not that I know of. I mean, you've seen all of the technical manual. You know everything about this place.
Thanks for being of no help again, Ramsey.
No problem.
Okay, so if I can channel Infernal Kindling through this, basically the description for Infernal Kindling says, compared to the normal sorcerer's light spell, dancing light spell, it doesn't give us good light, but it is actual fire. So can I basically use these small balls of floating fire around the ship to basically hit the water, create bursts of steam, and use that to move us?
Are you trying to create an updraft?
The water is above and to the sides of you. There is none below.
Yeah. So if
you crash one of these hot balls of fire into the side, and it blows us the other direction with steam explosion.
Okay.
Also, I just realized that Ramsey is because it's Ram, but it's also the C.
Yes.
I thought it was Ramsey as in like Ram and then C the letter.
No. I'm glad someone got it. How much damage does your Infernal Kindling do?
Okay, let me check. It does. It's treated as a Burning Hand spell that deals half damage, and Burning Hands does.
Okay.
2d8 at 5th level.
Okay.
That's a 5th level spell, that is.
It's not going to do it. 2d8 is not going to be doing it.
Submarine is designed to work at sea. C is for Catwoman.
Eros, if you have any sort of grand heroics that you could do, that would be the time.
Well, I think Eros was suggesting some kind of cat girl.
I clearly wasn't using the Eros Mortem voice when I said
Quiet you, and Seras like hits like a random wall of the ship.
Ow! I felt that.
Okay, can I try the same thing with Orb of Wrath? Nah.
How much damage does that do?
5d6.
Okay, now we're talking. Yeah.
Wait a second, I think I've got an idea.
Oh?
Well, if this thing was in the base before it got teleported to us, then perhaps... And then I begin darting around the ship, looking for perhaps a box of Raynar fabrics. I'm going to use my Icon relationship dice.
Okay. Please roll a d20 for complications.
Right. That's a natural 20.
Absolutely fine. Okay, no complications.
I'm interested to see where this plan goes.
I'm interested to see where this plan goes as well.
Wait, doesn't Bree have something up that kills you if you roll a nat 20 or something like that?
Only an enemy. Only an enemy who's attacking Bree.
Only enemies.
Would be very funny if you suddenly killed Heros Mortem again. But
Heros is going to like find just like a bunch of fashion emergency outfits. Mm-hmm. Like that's what the box says, like in case of fashion emergency.
Yeah.
And obviously, because Raynar Bogcleave, there's also a sewing kit in there.
Of course.
He's going to quickly like sew them, like all of the fabrics together, and then open up like the hatch on top and throw it out like a parachute.
Make it like a parachute. Okay, I like this. Yeah, give me a roll, please. We're going to say, to put this all together quickly, it has been enabled by the Icon relationship die. I think for this, some kind of crafting here, this strikes me as... it's probably intelligence. It could be charisma.
Can I help with this?
Yeah, I think so, because, extra hands can help.
As an experienced traveler, I do have some passing knowledge of sewing, as I have to maintain my own clothing.
Yeah. So roll.
Could I argue for background that with Heros Mortem's particular background, he may have been involved with occasionally the creation of certain vestments for others?
That makes sense to me. You can add that. Seras, roll me a dexterity with your background added on as well. And we'll see.
16.
16. Oh, wait, no, not this level. No, it doesn't take away anything, but Heros, you're just doing it yourself this time.
Okay. That's 25?
25 is a success, yeah. That beats hard, which is what you were trying to beat. No,
unfortunately, my modifier with Dex is a good old 0.
So yeah, you whip together this makeshift parachute, toss it out of the hatch. Thankfully, you've remembered that it should probably be attached to something as well, which is probably what wouldn't have happened if you'd failed the check.
That's the thing. I open the hatch up, and then I let it unfurl out. I see Bully falling. I grab him in, and then I close the hatch, and then the strings are like connected to the hatch.
Okay, that's good. So now you feel a sudden shudder as the canopy opens, but you now are falling slower, and you can now guide yourself through the tunnel using the onboard propulsion systems to push yourself along. However, you are now moving slower, and the water is not moving any slower.
Okay, everyone, get ready for a sizable turbulence. Or, because we're in the sea, a turbulence.
Crash.
That's fantastic.
I did seal up the hole, so...
Yeah, no, that's Bully just crashing against something.
That's just the sound Bully makes when he crashes against something.
I tell you not to quit your day job, but...
He's in the kitchen, and he goes sideways into a cupboard that's full of pickles. And he's like, no, not again!
Bully, why are you in the kitchen? You can't eat.
I was making you a sandwich.
I can't eat.
Well, this was a waste of time, and now I'm in the pickles again. Pickle Bully, little Pickle Bully, that's what they shouted at me. Pickle Bully, little Pickle Penis Bully.
Is that what they shouted at me?
That's literally what Bree said. That's literally what Bree said when this happened.
Such cruelty. I admire the person who said it.
You gotta remember that Bully Chesterton is a revenant who's out to kill our evil characters.
Was that long past? They only live for a year. Well, live. Yeah. So yeah, you get hit by the water, and it pushes you sideways, left and right. You are now spinning out of control. You've got to get in that cave, or you'll be washed away and probably scattered against the rocks. What do you do?
Hey, can I try the orb of wrath this time then to basically give us that sort of blast to push us into the cave?
Yes. Okay. Roll me that attack.
Okay. Where's my plus level?
Our evil characters were not kind to Bully Chesterton.
He wasn't a good person, though. Like, he deserved it.
That is an 18.
18.
Like, he was an asshole, but I don't think anyone deserves what we did to him.
18. Oh, it's not good. Okay. So, as the water is spinning you around, you try to ignite this orb and try to push you all to the side.
Come on, Rap. I need to be Rapple. Bully, tell another joke.
Bully slams into you, or at least his skull whacks you into the head, and you fall to the ground dazed for a second just midway through casting. Your spell goes off and blows a hole open into the vessel. You are currently at the bottom of the ocean. There is a hole in the vessel. Do you remember that bit from from the training manual? Ramsey says,
Yes.
well, it's that bit I said where everything goes, and the vessel implodes, and you are ejected through the hole, spinning down and into this cavern.
And because the last thing you did with your oxygen was ask Bully to tell a joke, who doesn't need to breathe, he's just there beside you, Absolute, using his new tail to swim, just like why did nobody like the mage in the forest? Everyone thought he was a rude person.
The rest of you are barely fighting to hold on to your consciousness as you're ripped through the water. And yeah, you end up in this cave. half drowned, washing up on this beach. You've essentially gone through a colossal U-bend of rock. The air here is heavy. There is an extreme pressure here beating at your eardrums and your sinuses. Apart from Heros, of course, your eardrums and sinuses are mostly open to the atmosphere anyway. And there are bits of debris from the ship and from the various, and from the Ophan and the angels that you destroyed all around you. And you can see in the distance, parked and now with angels stepping off, these sort of spherical orb-shaped robots carrying crates of something with a little gold dust coming off of them deeper into the cave.
And as Absolute's ringing in her ears starts to die down, she just hears like, "Oh, here's one that I think you'll like, Absolute. What's the worst thing about working with a Gorgon? The Statue of Limitations."
Those little
Can I
circular
contact
robots
my picture and go back to hell?
are currently being overseen by a familiar figure. A large, statuesque robot with 3 heads. And several sets of wings. Turns to hear Bully say that. And you are all half drowned on the beach, staring at the cherub.
Bully Cherubton?
Bully cherubs.
What happened to the necromancer who got sick? He was stuck coughing.
You hear this sort of half laughter, this metallic, almost it's a mix between a cough and a laugh of and this half robotic huzzah, Bully, as it takes flight towards you.
Huzzah! This guy gets it.
Just the face I wish to annihilate right now.
And that is where we will end for tonight, as the cherub comes for you. Also, by the way, Storm is no longer a potted plant and is next to you.
I cannot believe
face planted on the beach with their feet stuck in like a plant pot.
Yeah.
I cannot believe we are facing the consequences of our own actions by the name of Bully Cherubton.
I'm so sorry that the Lucille, or whatever you ended up naming it, is dead. It's gone. Ramsey is no more. But that was rough luck, Brie. I suppose eventually your characters are going to have to come to terms with the fact that there is probably only one way back up, and that is stealing the Angel's ship now.
If we want to be cowards and let the world fall to ruin, we can do that while they're off the bench corner.
Yeah, you just do it now. It's fine.
I'm challenging him to press
I
charges.
assume we're gonna end up murdering most of them on the way there.
Yeah.
Stealing the ship on the way back out won't be too hard.
There are some items strewn amongst the wreckage that you are able to loot very, very quickly.
Sorry, I'm just blindsided by Ira setting us up so hard to die before that plan can come to reality.
I will start with the weakest item. There is a book called the Book of Tolls. It is written in Angelic. When you hit a staggered enemy, you score a critical hit. Staggered is bloodied. Cursed. The next time one of your allies is hit, though, that ally must roll a save. If they fail, the hit becomes a crit. Your choice to activate that curse, though.
I mean, I've already got an item that might synergize quite well with it.
That's the weakest item.
I thought the weakest item was Bully Chesterton.
Oh, no. He's the strongest. He's the strongest of all of you. Except the 2 mooks that died, of course. You also have a champion tier wand, the Wand of Purest Mana. This pearlescent wand absorbs sunlight and emits bright light for 8 hours. While you are helpless, your spirit leaves your body as a cloud of pure mana and can take normal actions. You can only make basic or at-will attacks during this time. Enemies have a 50% mischance against your spirit form, but damage you take in spirit form is applied to your original body and therefore your HP as normal. It returns to your body when you're no longer helpless.
That feels like an absolute or a storm type of thing.
It could apply to a number of you. And then these are all epic tier items. The Staff of Flowing Spark. When you use your racial ability, one willing nearby ally can heal using a recovery, but you gain the hit points instead. So, can be helpful. The Orb of the Queen.
That feels very absolute.
When you fail to disengage, you turn into a small, harmless animal, a mouse, spider, cat, etc., and disengage anyway. While you're a harmless animal, you retain the same stats as yourself and can be targeted with attacks. You can turn back to your normal form as a free action before your next action that requires you to not be a small, harmless beast.
I think that's the storm one.
The symbol of Merifrith Winifrith. You use your own escalation die that is a D12. The D12 progresses twice each time the normal escalation die progresses. So when the normal escalation die hits 1, your D12 hits 2. When it hits 2, your D12 hits 4, etc.
Could be very useful for a cat. Wait. So it goes up 2 every time.
It goes up 2 every time.
You has the ability that activates on an even on the escalation.
Depends.
This is an epic tier item for a reason.
And this depends though. Will my summons escalation die work on mine or the normal? Yours?
Yeah.
That means I would be able to, as a free action or as an at-will action, every single turn, I'd be able to lay on hands with the White Knight. But I also think the White Knight's the only thing that has something like that. No, the Kieran also has something like that. So I think Pixel, you were saying you have something that could work with that?
I have
I got 2 more items, by the way.
Sorry,
let's keep listening.
We're speculating.
No, it's fine. Yeah, no. If the item makes you think a lot about, like, oh, I could use this, that's good.
I've got Wave of Decay, the damage of which bumps up every time the escalation die goes up to a maximum of 78 damage per turn.
The Angelium Gauntlet. When you miss with a basic attack or at-will attack against a single target and roll a natural 2 or 3, you can re-roll the attack. And finally, the Stormwing. There's a move action to use this recharge 11 up. This armor is a breastplate with angel wings attached to the back. When you use this power, you gain flight with your next move action, and your next attack roll this battle that hits deals 3d12 extra lightning damage. If your flight ends before you land or grab onto a secure surface, you fall.
Now, I don't want to say this just because of its name, but that really does sound like a storm item.
The quirk is loves storms, but I did change that to loves storm and then bracket S. So those are the items. You also get another 1,000 gold pieces each, which you can spend in the shop that is metaphysical and just turns into consumable items in your pockets before the next session, and you of course all level up again. But this is where we're going to end for the evening. Thank you all for playing.
1,000 split amongst everyone?
Each.
Oh, nice.
Thank you all for playing. It's been absolutely wonderful having you all. I'm going to end now, and I'll chat with you a little bit in a sec for any questions you might have. See you all soon.
Nice home.
Happy free level up, Talia.
God damn it. They're all saying happy birthday, Nick. And evil, honestly. Okay. Thank you all for watching The Book of Dust. We are near the end. We've got 2 sessions left, I think, maybe 3, depending. as they get very near the end where a god is being corrupted by the Midas. Will they have to fight that god by the end? Of course they will. We all know how this works. I mean, maybe not. Who knows? Maybe they'll be fast enough, but we'll see. I've been timing them for a reason. Thank you to everyone who supports this. Their names are coming up right now on the left there. Their names are Ikifu, Talia May, Willow, Al Wyvern, Ben Newman, Bringing the Revolution, Catbat, Neo Gets, 8-Bit Goggles, Aeon, Born Typing, Craig, Perko, Crimson Hail, Envis, Max Magana, Summer Bean, Terran Jokes. You can get your name here at ko-fi.com/HisCursedness. Thank you everyone who's been watching live. I'll see you all very, very soon, and have a good night.